Morning, Mike. I figured it would be easier just to do it this way. Right, I know, for example, just say this is the shell of the part of the back end of your van, / maybe a little bit front. So you got your van battery down here. Just say you've decided to put a socket, 240 volt socket near the front, and a cigarette lighter socket. You said you're going to put your batteries at the back, which you want to connect your positive to your what have I done here? Oh, I know what I've done here. Hold on a sec. It's because I did all the minuses and pluses afterwards. So let me just quickly fix this one. So right now, you want to put your plus to your negative, plus the negative to get your 12 volt system. Oh, of course. Hold on a sec, mate, sorry. Right, sorry about that. So basically, you get your 12 volt system then. Up here, just at the back of your van. The one thing you want to be careful of, like you said you want to maybe get a 100 watt solar panel to put outside and aim it towards the sun. That's all great, that's fantastic and stuff like that. Good idea, but if you're going to be using the van in the cold, what you'll be careful of is if you leave the solar panel outside in temperatures of 5 degrees and under, maybe a little warmer, that if you're leaving it out there for 3-4 hours, say, the wires going to the solar panel that's going into your charge controller, or at least into your van, will be brittle, and the chances are you'll break it. So you may want to consider getting one that you can mount to your roof, but one that you can either tilt up that way, tilt up that way, tilt up that way, or tilt up that way. I'm sure you can find something, or make something that will allow you to do that, and then pin it to whatever angle you want to on your roof. That might be a better idea, because then that way your cable is not going to be moving as much, and there's not going to be a lot in there's going to be a lot of cable inside, and not a lot that could possibly break. Just a possibility. As I was saying, with the two 20 watt panels, the 20 watt panels of mine are, well, that's a 20 watt one, but that one there, well, those two there are 20 watt each that I've connected together. So you can have one of them going down to your van battery, so if your battery was to die for some reason, no, so, oh my god, sorry, I cannot concentrate this one. So 20 watt panel to your van battery to keep that topped off, and a 20 watt panel going down to this one. If you were to do the whole solar, move the solar panel out and whatnot, because if you leave your van for a few days, if you haven't got the 100 watts mounted to the top, you're not going to want to leave it out where someone can pinch it. So therefore, that 20 watt solar panel will keep these topped up as long as you've got nothing using it. Here, you'll have wires coming in here or whatnot. This here is, let me show you. Let me move that one over there. Don't need them now. So basically, this one here, you've got, this is just like mine. You got 1 and 2. You've got a 1, a 2, and an off. So you have the power coming in. You can either going out just one, or you can going out both of them, or just 2, or obviously off. So with that, this is here 1, 2, 1, 2, off. So 1, turn it to 1, it'll go through your charge controller, which obviously charges your batteries up, which would be running through your 100-watt solar panel. If, say, this battery was not charging properly, of the 20-watt one, you can turn it from 1 to number 2 to stop it charging these up, which means then you'll have 120-watt worth of solar panels, because you have the 100-watt one and the 20-watt one going to this one to boost the power of this one here to at least just charge your battery up enough to start it. Keep an eye out for it before you buy a solar panel. Every solar panel should have a diode on it, which is a one-way thing. So basically, the current from the solar panel can go through it, but it can't go back up the same way. And the whole reason that is because solar panels can discharge your batteries. So the diode stops the panel discharging your batteries, therefore you can literally keep that plugged into it while you're driving, and it should have no effect to your panel whatsoever. So obviously you've got to have a vent. This here is like a little cupboard you could put it all in. This is like the door. You could have a switch, like one of them, to whatever colour you like. It's very cheap, look, as you can see. Say red, say $1.99. Can't complain about that, free delivery. And then you could have one of these, obviously red. You can choose what you want. I've got one of these. They're very cheap and they're very handy and very good. You can put that on the door, so when the door's closed, you can switch it on and you can see what these batteries are sitting at. Then obviously you can switch it off because you don't want any extra drain that you really don't need. Then you'll have heavy duty cables coming back up, and I mean it literally have to be heavy duty cables coming up. You are better off buying, instead of buying the cable on its own, you're better off buying jump leads, because jump leads are the same cable that you need but a ton cheaper. For instance, I haven't included your charging yet from your battery, but that can get added in later on very easily. Sorry, it's just my partner. But that can get added in very easily later on. That cable you will need to buy all in one go. You're not very advised to buy jump leads and then joining that onto another one. I would buy one cable with that, but very expensive. You're probably talking about £100, maybe, just in the cable there. It'd be very expensive. But then what you do is you have heavy duty cables coming up into another one of them. So number 1 goes to your power inverter, which then you can run mains all the way through down to there and whatnot, and wherever else you want sockets in the van. Just make sure though you write on here what the maximum watts is, so you don't overdo it. Here, 2. You could have number 2 running off into 12-volt cigarette light sockets that you want anywhere, or if you want the mains and the 12-volt, click it over to 1 and 2. Then you have your power inverter as well as your 12-volt systems run through, so you have both of them if you click it 1 and 2. Of course, I haven't added it in yet, but you'll have your vent there and a 12-volt fan, which you can run the cables up. Her isn't added it in because it will get real busy here with how much stuff I need to show you. But you can run another little switch up here. So you could, another little 12-volt switch there that runs down and into your fan. So you can open that up, switch it on when you're charging or whatever, and discharging, so you could quite easily put a sealed, am I zoomed in here? No, you could put a sealed seat in here if you were to make one, a sealed seat, not that you can see, so then the fumes stay in there and it gets vented out the bottom, and you can operate it all by the one switch on and off. Hopefully this has made it a bit better for you to understand. Hopefully it looks really complicated on here, but in reality it's very easy. So 2 6-volt batteries, plus to the negative, plus to the negative, to make it 12 volt. Either your 100-watt solar panel up here, or 100-watt solar panel here, aiming somewhere, goes in to your switch here. Number 1 goes to your charge controller, which then runs down to charge your batteries. Number 2 runs off and goes along to help boost charge this one if this one was to ever go dead. Kind of a fail-safe, so you can start up and get to a garage. Then you'll have heavy duty cables coming up around into this switch. So number 1 goes to your inverter, which powers wherever you want sockets. Number 2, because it's 12 volt anyway, number 2 can go to 12 volt. Bear in mind you'll have to put inline fuses with some of these, but that's up to you to choose where. Or 1 and 2, sorry, to power your mains inside and your 12 volt system inside, so to power both of them. 20 watt for if you go away for a few days to keep these topped off, to stop them draining down, because you would not be there to put the solar panel back out, just say. Also you would not want to leave it there. These solar panels cost about £25 each, and they're absolutely fantastic. Then obviously you got the other 20 watt solar panel to keep this one charged up for when you don't move for a while. And then a door with the voltmeter, which is LED, so uses very little, and a switch on the front so you can see what these batteries are doing. So hopefully that's made it easier for you to understand. I hope so anyway. Hopefully that makes sense. And then obviously you got the switch and stuff for your 12 volt fan for the vent. But it's kind of fail safe. So basically, when you're not wanting to charge those or you're wanting to go somewhere, you can, if the battery was to die, you can put the 100 watt plus the 20 watt that's already plugged into it to boost the power, so you can at least start the engine. But like I said, I would recommend putting the solar panel, 100 watt, 200 watt solar panel on the roof, and have it so you can pivot always and pin it however you like, because that way then if it gets really cold out, the wires may get brittle, but you're moving the wires a very little bit, where when you put the solar panel outside somewhere, you're having to wind it all back up again when it can be absolutely rock solid, and the chances are you could break the cable, screwing yourself over basically. But I hope this makes things a lot better for you, mate. Just let me know what you think. I only quickly rushed this together this morning because time is crazy for me at the moment. Yeah, let me know what you think.